You learned how to stay calm before you learned how to feel safe. You were the child who never caused problems, the one adults called so mature. But now someone changes their tone in a text, and your stomach drops. You rehearse conversations in the shower. You apologize automatically. Even when you did nothing wrong, you feel guilty resting. And when your phone stays silent too long, your body starts scanning for danger. Most people think this means you're sensitive, but psychologically it often means you were trained to monitor other people's emotions to survive. The mature child is usually a child who learned that being easy, helpful, quiet, or emotionally controlled kept the environment stable. Not because they were naturally mature, because they adapted. Attachment theory calls this hypervigilance. When caregivers are emotionally unpredictable, children become highly attuned to mood shifts, facial expressions, silence, tension. Their nervous system learns, if I can stay ahead of everyone's emotions, maybe I'll stay safe. So you grow up looking emotionally intelligent, but internally, you're exhausted. You over-explain small mistakes. You feel tense when someone says, we need to talk. You check messages multiple times before sending them. Not because you're dramatic, because your brain learned that small emotional changes could have consequences. And this is where it gets interesting. A lot of mature children become adults who struggle to identify their own needs. Research in developmental psychology has consistently shown that children who are parentified, emotionally responsible for others too early, often suppress their own emotions to maintain connection and stability. So later in life, they can comfort everyone else instantly, but freeze when someone asks, what do you want? But it goes deeper than that. Your body may still associate peace with vigilance. That's why rest can feel uncomfortable, why silence feels suspicious, why healthy relationships sometimes feel boring. Your nervous system was conditioned around emotional unpredictability, not emotional safety. The strange part is, what people praised in you may have been a survival response. Your independence, your emotional control, your ability to never need anything. As Gabor Mate said, trauma is not what happens to you. Trauma is what happens inside you as a result of what happens to you. And here's the part that changes everything. You were never too mature. You were a child adapting to emotional weight that should not have belonged to you. The adult you became is not weak for feeling exhausted. They're carrying a nervous system that learned survival long before it ever learned safety.